I think we do have another panelist on the panel who is invisible, an invisible hand or mind. It is Justin Lin, the former president of the World Bank, and we do have a video message from him. It's about 5 minutes long, so we are going to listen now to Justin Lin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to congratulate IIASA for its intellectual leadership for finding solutions to global challenges in the past 40 years, and I'm honored to participate in this session by video. We know the world is facing two challenges. On the one hand is a long-term perennial challenges, that is global warming. On the other hand is immediate challenges of the global crisis, which started in 2008. I would like to propose that is, if we are innovative, this global financial crisis may be an opportunity to address the global warming and to get out of the crisis simultaneously. Currently in the world, the main focus is the sovereign debt crisis in southern European countries, where Greece, Spain, Italy can get support from ECB or IMF to pay for its debt. However, we also know those countries, if they do not carry out structural reform to enhance their competitiveness, then the short-term rescue is just like painkillers. After a few months, similar problem will come back again. However, to carry out the structural reforms, that is cutting wages, reduce social welfare, reducing government deficit, in the short run will reduce demand, increase unemployment rate, although it may be beneficial for long-term competitiveness. Because the unemployment rate in those countries is already so high, so politically it's very hard to carry out the structural reform. In the past, when a country encountered a situation like now, the IMF standard recommendation would be to carry out the structural reform domestically at the same time to devalue its currency in order to increase export and use the export demand to offset the reduction in the employment demand domestically. And we know now the Southern European countries, they do not have that option because they don't have independent currencies. Although Euro as a whole can devalue to increase export, but the concern is that US also has structural problems, and they have not carried out structural reform since 2008 because high unemployment rate issue. Similarly, in Japan, they have not carried out structural reform since 1991 because of the unemployment issue. So if Eurozone wanted to devalue its currency, then the US, the Japan, would also adopt something like recently quantitative easing to devalue their currency in a competitive way. As a result, all the crisis countries would not be able to use devaluation as a way to get out of the current crisis. So there's a danger. The crisis hit high-income countries in US, in Japan, and Eurozone. They may encounter something called new normal. That is high unemployment rate, low interest rate, and a high risk in their economy, and that kind of situation may be protracted. Nevertheless, there may be another alternative, because for the crisis country, due to the high unemployment rate, the government needs to use social benefit to cover the unemployment and so on. And government debt will be high anyway. The government have an alternative to use this debt to make investment in green technology and research of this technology and apply those kind of technology to the economies. This kind of green investment in the long run can help solve the issue of global warming, but in the short run will also create a demand, employment, and help the country to create a space for structural reform in order to get out of the crisis. In fact, when Korea and China in 2008 encountered a shock from the global economy, they adopted the counter-cyclical fiscal policies. And in Korea, 80% of those spending was on green economy. And in China, 40% of those spending was on green economy. And both countries get out of the crisis quickly. So my proposal is that for the crisis hit high-income country, they should use this opportunity to make investment on the green economies and make a contribution to the mitigation and adaptation to the global warming, but at the same time to make generate the demand to create a job and a space for the structural reform. Not only the high-income country, they can do that. We know that many developing countries, they also have the needs of infrastructure investment and green economies. And if we can support this investment in the not only the high-income country, but also in the developing country, then we will have the opportunity to make a contribution to the solving of the global warming issue at the same time to get out of this crisis simultaneously. IIASA in the past 40 years has been the intellectual leaders in finding out a solution for global challenges. So I propose to use this 40th anniversary conference as a forum to propose this new approach in a way to solve the global warming issue and the global crisis issue simultaneously. Thank you very much.